Hey Transbottom, this is Ben here in China, and today I'm gonna do a different kind of video, a toy talk video that is perhaps controversial, and I'll get into it why. And you may agree with me on this, you may not, but here are my thoughts. With me, I've got two unopened Junkion toys, two unopened movie car bots, two unopened Decepticon headmasters, two Autobot headmasters that I never brought here with me to China, and a Target Master that I kept inside the box. So let's take a look at Hot Rod and Contact Shot, both Target Masters, and look at how they scale with each other. And now look at how their binary partners scale with each other. And this makes me mad, because how am I going to pair these two up together? We're never going to get a Hot Rod that is this size, and we're never going to get a Point Blank that's going to be about this size. And it's going to be a pain in the butt just to put these two together on the same shelf, because they obviously don't gel well together. I mean, take a look at all these screenshots. In all these screenshots, you can see Cup, Hot Rod, Blur, the Target Masters, the Headmasters, they all scale wonderfully with each other. And in these screenshots, we can definitely see it's Hot Rod, not Rodimus Prime. And these screenshots are from the Season 4 Rebirth series. Now let's take a look at the scale chart made by Takara for the Japanese Headmasters cartoon series. Notice on the words it says Rodimus, and Rodimus scales with Hardhead and Chrome Dome. Now there are two types of Rodimus in the Japanese world, Hot Rodimus and Rodimus Convoy. So I can't really confirm whether it's Hot Rod or Rodimus Prime, but if you watch the Japanese Headmasters cartoon series, you know that it is Rodimus Prime. So here's the pickle. The Market Toys Cupola came out in 2015, and MP28, the first Hot Rod, came out in 2016. The Target Master Hot Rod just came out this year in 2018. And because Cupola came out way before MP28, we're getting a whole slew of third-party Headmasters and Target Masters that will scale with Rodimus Prime. Now, if you're a Japanese Headmasters cartoon fan, this will be great. You got your Rodimus Prime and you got your third-party Headmasters and Target Masters, and you can put them in the shelf isolated from your Sunbow cartoon toys. But what if you're like me? What if you prefer the Sunbow cartoon because, you know, it's in English and we have more affiliation with it just because of the language? So to folks like me, all the Headmasters and Target Masters don't scale with Rodimus Prime because he didn't exist in the Rebirth series. It was Hot Rod that we got, Target Master Hot Rod. And now we've got a whole slew of Headmasters and Target Masters that don't scale with Target Master Hot Rod. And that's just driving me nuts, because now I have to split my shelf if I were to include these figures in my collection. I can't put Lupus in a battle with Target Master Hot Rod, and I definitely can't put these two together to fight the Decepticon Target Masters and Headmasters. So because Market Toys Cupola came out in 2015, they were the toy company that set this new standard of scaling the Headmasters and Target Masters with Rodimus Prime. For example, X-Transport's Andreas, Fans Toys Lupus, KFC King Gorilla are all scaled with Cupola and Rodimus Prime. Again, it's great if you are a Japanese Headmasters series fan, but it ain't so for folks like me who prefer the Sunbow cartoon. So in my world, I'll never get this guy to scale with this guy, even if I'm an exclusive third-party collector. And to add salt to the wound, none of the Nebulan partners from either the official or the third party will scale with each other. I mean, X-Transport has their own scale. Weirdly enough, KFC's Nebulan Headmasters doesn't scale well with their Decepticon Nebulan Target Masters. None of the third party Target Masters or Headmasters scale with the official. The KFC Nebulan Headmasters doesn't scale well with the Market Toys Nebulan Headmasters as well as the Fans Toys Nebulan Headmasters. But thankfully, the Market Toys Nebulan Headmasters scale reasonably well with the Fans Toys Decepticon Nebulan Headmasters. Now let's take a look at this other screenshot, and here you can see there's Redgar and Hot Rod. Now those two are almost the same size. You can see Redgar bending his knee quite a bit, so in actual fact Redgar is a little taller than Hot Rod. And see how these two scale together in the toy form? This guy here is really tall and quite chunky indeed. He's very squarish and very masculine looking. This toy here is a little bit more modernized, a little bit more humanoid, and it's way shorter. So here's my other pickle. A lot of third-party companies out there are making toys that are just a little bit too big for the official Takara Tomy scale. Like this guy. In the cartoon, we see that Perceptor is about the same height as the other movie car bots. So now we have another problem. We've got some third-party companies having their interpretation of the size of these less popular characters like Redgar and Perceptor, and they won't scale with MP28. And can you imagine when KFC releases the whole slew of Junkions? It's just gonna overpower and take too much of a shelf presence and take all the glory away from your other movie car bots and Hot Rod. And so how am I gonna display the Junkions next to all the other movie cast? But then again, this guy here is a little shorter than this fella. And you could possibly tell yourself that they scale reasonably well together. But if you put RC next to MP28, you're gonna get RC that's a lot taller than Hot Rod. And here's the problem. Let's take a look at another scale chart. And you can see from the movie scale chart that RC is about just below the crotch of Optimus Prime. And you can see the other movie car bots, Blur, Cup, and Hot Rod, and they're just below the windshield of Optimus Prime. In fact, if you compare the Season 1, Season 2 scale chart with the movie scale chart, you can see that RC is about the size, maybe a little shorter than the regular car bots from Season 1 and Season 2. And so Cup, Hot Rod, and Blur are indeed a little taller than the regular car bots. And so if you take a look at the official Masterpiece toys, you can see that Hot Rod is indeed a little taller than the regular car bots. This is perhaps not as tall as it should be. We wouldn't really know until the official Masterpiece Optimus Prime 3.0 comes out, but it is taller than the regular car bots. And this is probably the size of RC, and RC is probably going to be a little shorter than this. So here's the other pickle. If you invested into this guy, you may be stuck with this guy and all the other movie car bots that Fans Toys will come out with. But no matter what, you're still not gonna get cut to scale with Point Blank. Finally, we have Ultra Magnus. Now, Ultra Magnus is not shown in this Japanese movie scale. And while it looked cool when it was first released, I don't think it has aged particularly well. He's too beefy and too tall. And while there was an obvious shift to cartoon accuracy, he just overpowers Optimus Prime and makes Hot Rod look like a little guy. And so here lies the problem. With no proper direction from Takara, because we only got 2 movie cast, the movie and post-movie toys look like a hot mess. Nebulans that don't scale with each other, Headmasters and Target Masters that don't scale at all, a movie cast that doesn't scale, and it's driving me nuts. So much so that I'm thinking about selling off my current collection that's in boxes and just wait for Takara to give me or give the fans a clear sense of direction. Unless third parties can show some more thoughtfulness in their design choices when it comes to scale, because after all, the reason why we collect Masterpiece toys in the post MP10 era is because they scale well with each other. Now, if third-party companies starts making up their own scales and Takara not being consistent about their scales, who are we going to listen to? Are we forced to have 2 or 3 separate shelves and always keep Cup away from Point Blank? Because even though the fandom doesn't want to admit it, I clearly see in a lot of pictures and videos shared by the fandom that these characters are usually kept apart, or if they're put in the same picture, they'll do something to it to make them seem like they scale with each other. So maybe for now I'll just focus on season 1 and season 2. And I'll just collect maybe a couple of key characters from the movie or post-movie line. For example, Ultra Magnus. Not gonna wait, collect Springer, Cup, or Blur. Just gonna wait for the official maybe, or someone that scales well with it, like maybe the X-Trans bots. Cup, I think I'm still gonna get the Decepticon 6-shot from Fans Toys. I have Chomp on pre-order, and I don't think I want it anymore. I have Blur from Fans Toys on pre-order, and I also don't think I want that anymore. I know I sound like I'm ranting, but I just don't want fans to end up like toys that don't blend with anything, like the unique toys buzzing, because when they made that, there wasn't really a particular NP scale that they were going for. I just don't want us fans to end up with toys that we don't want anymore, toys that didn't age well. But these are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? I created a poll somewhere up there, so please respond and share about how you feel. Do you think that the official and third-party manufacturers are spoiling the movie and post-movie cast? So this is my long toy talk video. Perhaps it gave you some insights, perhaps you kind of knew about it but you just didn't really talk about it. But I hope I opened the floodgates. I hope that third-party companies and the official companies, well, the official's not going to listen to anyone else, but I do hope that the third-party companies can give more thought to their products so that fans like us can get toys that blends extremely well with one another. You can mix a season 1 character with a character like Lupus and they scale well with each other. I don't like that this is too big compared to this. Those are my thoughts anyway. What are your thoughts? Please leave them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like and share button. Also hit the sub and bell icon for more good stuff in the future. This is Ben. Please don't hate me. Signing off, and I'll see you on the flip side. And you could possibly argue that Cup here is possibly the right scale. But if you look at the scale chart again, you will see that Hot Rod does look a little taller than Cup.